Well, a very warm hello there, my wonderful kittens, bunnies, and other amazing crypto investors. For today's video, we are going to dive deep into the difference between mining and crypto investing. We will also be exploring the pros and cons of each to determine which one is better, and for those of you who are just starting out, what the heck all of this even is? It's not just on here either. Even my girlfriends have been bombarding me with all these questions. Everyone's heard about miners, coins, altcoins, and all sorts of cryptocurrencies. Why is it all going up? Nobody really knows. How do you even invest in it? So I decided today to break it all down for you in simple, easy to understand language. All right, so listen up. Miners are people who buy computing equipment, and there are two types of it. The first type is when they use graphics cards, those ones made for gamers. They build farms out of these graphics cards and they can mine, meaning they do those computational things I mentioned earlier and transfer bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies to each other. And then there are ASICs, these hardware devices, basically mini computers, and they're really loud and noisy. When you have a lot of them running, it's just a nightmare. They hum, make a lot of noise, and generate a ton of heat. Yeah, they're easier to use, you just turn them on and that's it. It works and does the calculations too. But with those farms, you have to keep an eye on them, clean, and wipe them down. They shut off, and overall, the setup is a bit more complicated. Well, just little details like that. I can tell you everything in detail if you want. Yeah, so you mine and you get paid. Some people think it's simple. I just mine quietly, the money trickles in, and I don't care about anything else. But you still need to understand it, just like with investments. What cycles are there? When does all this cryptocurrency fall? When does it rise? Because there are cycles there too, different patterns. Yeah. Now, investing. Let's move on to investing because it's connected to mining. How does investing work and what is investing? So Bitcoin, it's like a currency, right, that someone invented? And other people also wanted to create something similar. Some started making coins like Bitcoin too, turning them into currency units, began competing with Bitcoin, making them faster and with lower fees. And then there are some that are hidden, so you can't see where the coins are being transferred. They're used a lot in all sorts of shady schemes. Yeah, and some people started coming up with platforms like new ideas. Platforms like Ethereum and Solana, they were created so that all these thousands of ideas and thousands of other cryptocurrencies could be launched on them. So instead of building your own infrastructure, you can just use what the Ethereum platform has developed and create any coins you want on their platform. Can these coins be compared to stocks? So if anyone knows, when a company is set up, they issue shares, those paper certificates, and sell them for money. So after selling them and collecting the money, the company spends it on its own expansion, on bringing its ideas to life, on implementing these ideas, and they can produce and do things. When they don't have their own funds, they issue these shares, people buy them, and become shareholders. That's how it works. And with that money, you brought your idea to life and earned even more money.